I'm on a mission to platinum and 100% every game that I own, starting with a brand new shiny PSN account and working my way through the dreaded backlog. And on today's episode of Project Platinum, we have Star Wars: The Clone Wars. That's right, if you remember racing around as Mace Windu in tanks on Geonosis, or double-wide Anakin, then you probably remember Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which has recently been re-released on PlayStation 4 and 5 with a beautiful new trophy list. Released in 2002 or 2003, depending on where you were in the world, and developed by Pandemic Studios, this game is very much a prototype of the glory that is the Battlefront games. And let me tell you, this game is my childhood. Between this, Battlefront, Halo, Lord of the Rings The Third Age, and that one Harry Potter Quidditch game, my love for video games was born. But is it as good as I remember, and how is the journey to the Platinum Trophy? Now, Star Wars: The Clone Wars features 29 trophies and can be broken down like so. 16 story-based trophies, each awarded for beating one of the 16 levels in the game. 3 trophies for beating the challenges within each mission, 2 trophies for piloting the many vehicles in the game, 7 trophies for completing miscellaneous tasks, and of course the Platinum. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive right in. We kickstart the game with the Battle of Geonosis at the end of Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, where like 100,000 Jedi starfighters are attempting to sneak onto the planet and save Obi-Wan and Anakin. And while I don't think this will be quite as effective as Solid Snake's cardboard box, it does get the job done. Mace Windu and Luminara Unduli go on ahead to disable the planet's orbital defenses and bag us our first trophy, as getting our first kill of the game pops Padawan. Now, a solid 95% of this game is vehicle-based combat, with a whole slew of Star Wars vehicles to operate and destroy. My personal favourite will always be the tank, which features again in both Battlefront games. There are several more fun power-ups to collect to spice up the gameplay as well. As Mace and Luminara slaughter their way to the objective, we jump out of our tank and run straight into the fray. Now, don't get used to ground-based combat. I only remember like 4 times in the entire campaign that we're on foot, and well, it essentially plays exactly like the vehicles, only way more janky. But we do beat our first objective here for Bonus Man, and now only need to complete 29 more of these for the remaining 2 bonus challenge trophies. These challenges typically range from beating a level in a certain amount of time to keeping your buddies alive during firefights. But back to the mission, we slaughter a horde of battle droids, destroy the shield generator, and finish the level for our first story-based trophy. Mission 2 has us escorting a convoy of Jedi transport shuttles to the arena and earning Stealth of a Jedi. Ah yes guys, they will never spot you there.
Anakin and Obi-Wan need our help.
Finally, the Clone Wars have begun, and just look how glorious these battle scenes are. Young 7-year-old Simi thought these looked so realistic. I do question if the Kaminoans have been feeding the clones enough, however. These guys are looking a little bit too thin. Mace gets sick of fighting boots on the ground and jumps in a gunship to take down the Techno-Union ships attempting to flee the planet. And you know what? I don't remember this happening in the movie. Attack of the Clones. I was too harsh on you.
It's
Now
the
look at
biggest
Star
piece of dog
Wars.
shit.
We then jump back in a tank, assist in taking out the droid cruisers, and face off against Count Dooku's minions in tank-on-tank combat.
Has just begun.
Mission 4 has us moving off Geonosis and Mace and onto the planet Renvar, badly voiced Obi-Wan
I'm picking up multiple targets on my sensors coming out of hyperspace.
and Swole Skywalker. Seriously, this man only does Shoulders Day. I love seeing Renvar here, as it was always a favourite map of mine in Pandemic's first Battlefront game, and I had actually forgotten it was in this game too. A nice bit of continuity for sure. The droids had mounted a surprise attack on the planet, and we must aid in the evacuation, which we do in style, killing 300 enemies in a vehicle for Numbers of War, and completing the level.
To inform the Jedi Council that Renvar has fallen. They'll know what to do.
Mission 5 once again has us jumping planets to Raxus Prime, where we will be for the next 3 levels. Raxus Prime is a junkyard planet and the Separatists are hiding out on it, so it's our job to take them out tank style. We start our campaign here with a speeder bike chase, during which we find the final power-up, unlocking Feel the Unlimited Power. Obi-Wan discovers that the Separatists have been excavating for something and we pop no witnesses for beating the level. This would not be the first, nor the last time Anakin leaves no witnesses. Mission 6 is a simple one, wherein we must ambush 3 droid convoys, and it is over before it even really begins. We do gain the ability to issue squad commands Republic Commando style, however we won't earn the trophy for this until much later.
Evasion site.
However, in Mission 7 we do make big progress, unlocking our 15th successful bonus objective and overachiever. At the end of this mission, Anakin spots Count Dooku and chases him onto a Separatist cruiser where he promptly gets captured by Dooku and his totally important bounty hunter guy who I've definitely not forgotten the name of. A for effort, I guess?
Throw him in the hole.
Whilst captive, Anakin meets this smuggler lady who explains that Dooku has his hands on an ancient Sith artifact that is fueled by the Force within someone and is very bad news for anyone who is covered by its purple fog. Dooku intends to test the Force Harvester on Anakin, smuggler lady, and a small Wookiee settlement on the moon of Kashyyyk, which I imagine would not have pleased Palpatine. He kinda needs Anakin after all. Early 2000s Star Wars games never change. Anakin and Smuggler Lady immediately escape their cell, and the bonus objective in this mission is always tragically funny to me. To complete it, we must free all the Wookiee prisoners, which is a very noble move, sure, but there is simply no way these guys are outrunning the purple smoke. That's them being annihilated right there. The rest of the level has us riding a droid Stap and escaping the purple. Staying in the purple smoke too long not only hurts you, but forces R2-D2 to have a mental breakdown. Missions 9 and 10 are particularly trophy heavy. Escaping the purple smoke, Anakin and Smuggler Lady reach a Wookiee village and spend the next 2 missions defending the place whilst they wait for the Republic's arrival. Here we pop the trophy for manning all Republic vehicles, our final one being this 2-legged dinosaur with lasers strapped to its back. And it may be different, but it gets the job done, is for piloting both Separatist vehicles in the campaign. We also finally use squad commands 25 times, unlocking Answer My Call. After successfully saving the Wookiees, the Jedi catch up for a well-earned R&R session, reminiscing about the Great Jedi vs Sith War and how the Jedi Harvester was essentially a fuel cell for an ancient Sith weapon called the Dark Reaper. The Dark Reaper had devastated Jedi forces until the fallen Jedi Ulan Ulic Queldroma destroyed it. Anakin and Obi-Wan then ask Yoda for help.
Master Yoda, will you come with us? I'm not sure we can do this without your guidance.
No.
Before being sent back to Renvar to find the tomb of Ulan on the hopes that his Force ghost might still be hanging around there or something. Missions 11 or 12 feature this daring campaign back to the Separatist Hell planet, and here we run the full gauntlet of vehicle sections. Tank, walker and gunship all get their chance to shine. Defending a downed Republic ship and destroying a droid cruiser, Anakin branches off to have a boss fight against some graves and some ghosts, and to of course meet Ulan. Trophies in hand, Anakin then meets the ghost of Ulan, who explains how to defeat the Dark Reaper and slaps us with some beefy foreshadowing. The final missions of the Clone Wars take place on the ancient Sith world of Thule, where the Sith sure enough have been rebuilding the Dark Reaper. Here, in Mission 13, we unlock Field Specialist for completing 30 bonus objectives, which is a big relief, as for the first few levels of this game, I hadn't really been focusing on these at all, so it is nice to know that we won't need to go back and replay any levels. Mission 13 has Anakin landing on Thule's moon to destroy a planetary shield. Whilst missions 14 and 15 then beeline straight to Thule itself, wherein Obi-Wan pilots a gunship and destroys the planet's defences. Whilst Mace Windu leads the front on assault of the Sith City, I spend a little bit of extra time in this section as this is a rare on-foot mission and we kill 100 enemies as Mace for the Elder. The final mission of the game is essentially one big boss fight between Anakin and the giant Sith UFO. The Dark Reaper can be pretty nasty here, as I found its tracking beams were relentless and the health kits are somewhat scarce. Channeling my inner Plo Koon,
Mission failed. We'll get
let
him
me
next
try
time.
that again. Channeling my inner Quinlan Voss, I think he ends up living right. We destroy the Dark Reaper. We then cut to Obi-Wan and Anakin admiring their handiwork, whilst Yoda and Mace plan out which Star Wars game to platinum next. Please give them a hand in the comments below. Now, with the campaign done, we have a grand total of 26 trophies achieved. Let's quickly smash out the remaining 2 and the platinum, shall we? The chosen one can be earned very easily in arena mode, which is essentially a wave-based mode where you and the boys fight off increasingly difficult enemies. The final trophy, View My Secrets, is earned by going into the bonus menus and watching the making of documentary and viewing the character models. Now you can't earn this as your first trophy, as you actually unlock these by completing bonus objectives during the campaign, which is a really nice touch. And with this earned, we become a Clone Wars veteran.
Over 30 people working on the game. We have two.
But how does Star Wars The Clone Wars stack up against other Project Platinums? That's right, moving forward I will be ranking every single game we complete, and to kickstart the ranking, Clone Wars settles in at, drumroll please, C tier. The game itself is a blast to replay, but I would have liked some more variety and random task trophies alongside just the mission ones, and perhaps a difficulty trophy or two. You know, spice it up a bit. But what were your thoughts on Star Wars The Clone Wars? Let me know in the comments below, and do you have this platinum trophy? Thank you for watching, and as always, I will see you on the next Project Platinum.